Video walkthrough on 2010 Wildcat, Fourth River Wildcat. We'll start in the back. You do have a ladder, so it is a walkable roof. So you want to go up there maybe 2 or 3 times a year, check your roof. What you're looking for is all your sealant and your rubber membrane on the roof. Make sure it's okay and not torn or anything. Bumper caps come off. That's going to be the perfect spot to store your sewer hose. That's why the bumper caps come off. So you can store your sewer hose in there, keep it out of the way in a compartment. 50 amp show cord. This is your show cord. It'll come with a unit. It's about 20-25 feet long. Back here you got jacks. So they work until they hit the ground, and then there's a breaker that will reset if you overextend them. It's not meant to level the unit, just a stabilizer. If you want your unit to level, you would use your landing gear to get it front to back and then side to side. As you were backing it in, you'd back it in onto some blocks on the low side. Freshwater fill, you can set your hose in there. You fill the onboard tank. You can read its progress from the monitoring panel as you're filling it. And if you see water sputter out here, that means it's full. Then your drain for it is right. Let's get low. Oh, shoot. Oh, right there. That little cap on that blue line, that's your drain for your fresh tank. And I recommend draining it after every trip. If you only use half the water and then you don't plan on going again in a few months, you don't want that water sitting in there for that long. Got your outdoor shower here. Hot and cold out here, and this will come out, but we'll clip it in there for storage. You have city water, so if you're going somewhere that provides water, that's where you're going to hook your water up to. You have a cable or satellite in, so if you're going somewhere that provides cable, or if you have a portable satellite, you can hook it up through there. You get your dump for your black tank, your gray tank, so wastewater is your gray tank, sewage is your black tank. And then your hookup for it is... There's your hookup for it, right over there. That's where it all drains out of. And you also have another spot for another handles for other waste tanks. So you'll have 2 grays and 1 black. One of your grays would be for your kitchen sink, or sometimes called a galley sink. Right back in there. And then you have a black tank flush, so as you're draining your black tank, you can stick a hose to it, turn your hose on, it'll flush out the black tank, keep it from smelling. And then you can also run everything through here, so your hose and your cable through there. That way you don't have to leave this door open when you're camping. Water heater. Pretty easy to do. When you're ready, you just throw this anode rod, put it in the hole, get it threaded by hand. Then you can use a 1 1/16" socket to get it tight. Don't over tighten it. And then as soon as you get it in, as soon as you hook up water, it should be ready to fill. And then you should be good to go. All the controls to turn it on or off are from the inside, except electric. There's a little switch back there. That's how you turn electric on. And then I encourage you, just like your fresh tank, to drain it after every trip. You don't want water to sit here and get stagnant. Before you pull your anode rod / drain plug out, crack your pressure relief. It's right here. Hold it open until all the water squirts out. Once it stops coming out, snap it closed. Then you can take that plug out. If you neglect to do that first, you're going to get a bath because there's a lot of pressure in there. Intake and exhaust for your fridge. That's just for airflow. Keep it clean. Clean in here often. You can even pop these off. Make sure you clean back there often too. Exterior range vent. You can put these tabs over. Allow this flap to be free. So if you're using your range hood, it actually has somewhere to vent it out to. When you're traveling, make sure you latch it closed. And overnight, I always latch it closed so insects don't crawl their way into there. Exhaust for your furnace. Just like everything else. Keep it clean. Clean your water heater. Clean your fridge. Clean your furnace exhaust. Clean all the appliances on the outside that keeps them in tip-top shape. Pass-through storage. Plenty of storage for any unruly children or significant others. Right down there, got some good information. Your VIN, gross vehicle weight rating, tire pressure 80 psi. That's what you fill them to, not what the tires say. You have one of your propane tanks, the other one's on the other side. You got your regulator. As you can see, it's pointing this way, so it's going to pull from this tank first. Once this one were to be empty, it'll automatically switch to pulling from the other tank on the opposite side of the camper. That's only if the other one were to be on. And then you can switch which one you're pulling from. Some people put it in the middle thinking it's going to pull from both tanks equally. That's not how it works. It's one or the other. Very simple. Moving up front, got a light up here, and these are your landing gears. So, raises and lowers the front of the camper. So you'd hook it up to your truck, raise your jacks as high as they'll go, or lower, raise them up. Then you use the pin to raise the pads up the rest of the way. Super simple. Got your 7-way right there. Your breakaway, that'll get hooked up with your truck in case your fifth wheel comes undone from your truck. It'll pull the pin out from there. Activate the brakes on the trailer. Got your battery in here. The winter, I recommend taking it out. If it's going to be a long time between trips, I recommend disconnecting your negative lead, which is the black ones. That keeps anything from using the battery. Like if you left a light on, or some stuff will use the battery even when you're not in it. You do have a light for some light in there. Other propane tank. Other side of that storage with a light over here too. And this is a pretty neat feature. So in here, it's pretty empty. This is where you would put a small trash can, because right above there is access from the inside to get into it. So you could put a small trash can, or even if you wanted to put like a smaller laundry hamper, you can throw it in there, and you have a spot to put laundry. Outdoor power. It is GFCI protected. All your GFCIs are on the same circuit. If these were to trip, they're all going to trip. Then you have a satellite and cable out, so if you wanted to hook a TV outside, you can hook it through there. Mini fridge works just like any other mini fridge. It'll only work when you're plugged in. And then more storage over here. And that pretty much concludes the exterior tour of your fifth-wheeled Wildcat. We'll move our way into the inside. It looked like the previous owners upgraded to these steps, and that's the smart of them, because I think these steps are way better than the fold-down ones. There's that little axis I was talking about earlier. We'll start in the front, work our way back. You got switch right here, turns on these accent LEDs. Plenty of storage. That also turns the little lights in the storage areas too on and off. Plenty of storage either side. Looks like the previous owners upgraded their couch to a slightly different one. This one works like a jackknife couch. You grab it in the bottom, lift it up, and then lay it flat to create a bed. It's difficult to do one-handed, so... But you get the gist of it, and you can move it. It's not bolted down or anything. Just make sure it gets pushed all the way back before you close your slide out. Got a radio. Super simple. You have a power button right there. You got different speakers. You got volume here. So Zone A turns the speakers off here. So if you hit Zone B, turn it off. They turn them off here. Zone B turns it off in the main living area. And then Zone Z turns them off outside. Very simple. Then you have modes, so you can do auxiliary in right there. Hit mode again. Where's mode? Auxiliary 2. Auxiliary 4. AVN. Bluetooth. So you can Bluetooth your phone to this if you wanted to. There's your auxiliary. Auxiliary 1. So if you have an auxiliary cord, you hit mode. auxiliary one, and then you would skip all the other ones because you don't have those ones. Then you go to Bluetooth, no link. You would look on your phone for Genesis speaker system or somewhere along the lines, and you'd be able to pair your phone to it that way. There's a DVD player. So if you have a TV installed here, you hook it up through here, and you'll be able to pop a DVD in there and play a DVD through there. And then you do have a remote for your radio right there. Very nice. Spot for your TV, so you hook it in there and you have right below that cable out or cable in, cable out. So that's a little splitter there. You have all this right in here to plug in your TV. And then the outlet right there. That's all if you choose to install a TV. Another chair here. This one looks factory. They might have, the previous owners probably just shifted it around a little bit. You got this right here. So this is what gives you your lights to slide out. When you operate this slide out here, unplug it, move that aside. But when you get it open, come over here, grab it, plug it in right here. And then you have lights in your slide out. And you have another outlet down there. Light switch here turns off the kitchen lights right just above the island. Most of the other light switches are over in there, and we'll show you when we get to there. Fridge, super simple, on or off, auto or gas, so it's on now. Actually, yeah, it's on. It's on auto now. So it'll default to 110 if when it's got power, it'll do 110. If you were to lose power, it will switch to running off of propane, and then that'll keep your food from getting spoiled in your fridge. That's why I always recommend just leaving it on auto. You don't know which one it needs to be on. Microwave only works when you're plugged in. Other than that, it's just like your standard household microwave. Light and a fan for your range hood. Your cooktop, very simple, folding cover right there. Then all you gotta do is turn it to light, twist the knob, twist the sparker, and it sparks the burners. The gas is off, so no matter how hard we try, it's not gonna light. Then your oven's a little differently. You turn it to pilot, you push and hold. As you're pushing and holding, there's a pilot down in there. I don't know if we can see it, there's a pilot in there. You have to light with a lighter, so you push and hold this. As you're pushing and hold it, try to light that pilot. Once it's lit, you could turn it to whatever temperature you need. If you know you're going to cook in a few hours and you don't feel like relighting the pilot again, if you turn it to pilot on when you want to turn it off, shuts the burners off but leaves the pilot on. Not a whole heck of a lot over here. Kitchen sink. Another spot for a TV in your kitchen if you want it with power there. Power there. Got lights above this counter. The nice thing about these shelves are, if you're the shorter person, what you can do here, or is if you want to hide stuff up there, what you can do is you got this little switch right here. You hit retract. If you look, it lowers your cabinets, and it lowers it pretty significantly. Boom. And you can hide stuff up there, and you can easy access to the top shelves of your cupboards. We'll put it back to its position. So as I'm looking around, I see something I neglected to show you in the living room, and that's my bad, but we'll just go show you it now. So you do have two ACs in this. This one is controlled on the AC itself, on the knobs there. So you have low fan, high fan, low cool, high cool, and then off, and then temperature. That's gonna be, this will be the warmest the AC will get. It's not heat, it'll just be warm, and this will be the coldest it'll get. And then the other thing I forgot is your antenna. Crank it up, this way. And you can pull this down and rotate it to tune in the signal. And then just make sure that these little triangles are lined up before you lower your antenna on your roof. Now we can go back to our regularly scheduled walkthrough. We're going in here. Got your manuals for all your appliances. A couple extra parts from the previous owners. Got your monitoring panel here. You can measure battery, fresh, black, gray, all that from here. All you gotta do is hit it. Galley, like I said, Galley is just this kitchen sink right there. Then you have light switches here. This one turns on your porch light out there. You can kind of see it. Turn on. This one turns on and off another porch light right outside. And the one on the right turns on or off your living room lights. Then you have all your controls for your slide outs, your controls for your awning. Very simple. Nice and labeled. And the previous owners even put kitchen, dining room, / bedroom, left rear, which I do think would be left rear. So I'm used to driver's side, passenger side. Left rear would probably be this side right here. Yeah. Very nice. Moving along, you have a light switch here. Turns on and off your hall lights. Got a little dining room table here. All you do is pop them legs out and move the table if you wanted to make this a bigger area to hang around in. That plug right there is for... So I'm guessing that outdoor mini fridge was added by the previous owners, because that's your hole for right there. This is where the mini fridge would be. So if you want your mini fridge to work, it looks like you'll have to have an extension cord to get from that plug to that outlet over there. That's just some owners do some crazy things with theirs, but it is nice to have an outdoor fridge. We'll go to the bathroom. Come into the bathroom right to the left. You have a light switch. This is your resettable GFCI. If any of your GFCIs would trip, this is the outlet you reset it at. Toilet, pretty basic. As long as you push in this pedal, it'll flush. And the nice thing about this toilet is it's porcelain, so it feels more sturdy like a normal toilet. You do have, they added a max air vent with a power lid, so all you gotta do is turn it on. Hit this button right here that raises the lid. Then you can turn fan off, on with the power button. You can change the fan speed like that and all that. Very simple to use, and there's even like a little screen on it, so it tells you what it's doing. You hit power again, it'll turn the fan off automatically, lower the vent for you. And then there's a nice little spot for it to be. Oh man, come on. Now you got your shower in here. Hot and cold. Upgraded shower head. It is removable, so you can take it off here. Get them hard to reach spots. Got a nice sunlight in there. It gives you some natural light. Make sure though, when you travel, this does magnet close for showering, but when you travel, latch it closed so it doesn't accidentally swing open on you. Here's another little deal the previous owners had, but it's before this would have been a waste of space, so this is nice. Now you have shelves to put in toiletries, towels, and all that. It's perfect for that. Let's just grab that again and close the door. This is your thermostat for the main AC. The first thing it'll ask is auto, high, and low. That's just fan speed. Auto is going to regulate to whatever temperature you have it set at. So you hit it again, you'd be cool. AC, hit it again, be furnace, hit it again, turns off. Light switch for the bedroom here. Get your sliding door. Make sure you unbutton it before you use it. Let's see if I can't. Okay. Am I unbuttoning from the wrong part? No. That's kind of hard to do one-handed. There we go. Unsnap it. Slide it. Boom. Now you have privacy in here. However, this is a slide out, so make sure before you close your slide out, you open this door and latch it closed. Definitely latch it before you travel. That keeps it from sliding everywhere. Got your bed in here. Do believe you have, some storage underneath your bed. An outlet on that side of the bed, as well as lights on either side of the bed. Then the spot for a TV, you put it in here. You got power, a 12-volt outlet for 12-volt TVs, cable outlet, and then you can see there's a little green light back there. Let's see if you can see. And a button. The button's off, you're using cable. If it's on, you're using antenna. Then you have, that's pretty much it. Plenty of storage in here. Clothes rack. And then swivel this out of the way. That falls down. Got your breaker box, all your breakers for your 120-volt appliances. All your fuses for your 12-volt appliances. I recommend getting a box of assorted fuses, just in case one of those fuses were to fail, you have something to fall back on. Alright, that pretty much concludes the tour of how to operate stuff. We'll go into a few more things. You have a smoke alarm up there. You have a fire extinguisher there. Then you have, for some reason, you have two propane gas alarms. Those are hardwired to 12-volt system. If one goes, they're all gonna. If one, there's no batteries to change, but if the battery up front starts to go bad, those will give you low voltage chirps. And then that one is just 9-volt battery, just like your one at home. And then that pretty much concludes your virtual tour of your 2010 Wildcat.